Graduates and guests, may we have your attention, please? Convocation is about to begin. If you have a mobile device or pager with you, please turn it off or silence it during the ceremony. Thank you for your attention and congratulations. If able, please rise.
We wish to acknowledge this land on which the University of Toronto operates. For thousands of years, it has been the traditional land of the Wendat Nation, the Seneca, and the Mississaugas of the Credit. Today, this meeting place is still the home to many Indigenous people from across Turtle Island, and we're grateful to have the opportunity to work on this land. We're also grateful to have the opportunity to celebrate the achievements of our scholars who graduate today. On their behalf, let us express gratitude for their support of their families and friends, and for the support of the faculty and staff who have guided them in their pursuit of knowledge. Whatever our own traditions, let us reflect as we proceed through the convocation ceremony on the many years of effort, sacrifice, and success that have brought us to this time of celebration. One of my most important roles as Chancellor is to serve as chair of convocation ceremonies, conferring degrees upon our graduates and celebrating their entry into the University of Toronto's distinguished alumni community, and I am deeply honored to do so today. In Concilium Universitatis Torontonensis Vocati Sumus. Graduates, please remain standing. All guests, please be seated.
Insignissime Cancellarie, presento tibi hoce scholares, ut admittantur ad gradus varios, testoroque eos quod omnia quae statuta requirunt aptos et idoneus esse.
Ad perfectum huesque provinciae, huesque magnae patriae, et ad perfectum omnium notionum omnibus interis canentatum ego, ex autoritate mihi, et tote universitate commissa, admitto vos ad gratus varios. Quorum ora vobis do, et peto quoque ad omnia conficiatis, munera quae ad illos gratus pertinent.
Please be seated. My name is Nicholas Terpstra. It's my great privilege to serve the University of Toronto as the Provost and Vice Chancellor of Trinity College. And today I have the additional privilege of assisting our Chancellor, Wes Hall, in conducting this convocation. The university is an institution with deep historical roots and many enduring traditions. Among those is our use of the language of the medieval university in today's wonderful celebration. To those in attendance who are less than fluent in Latin, a translation may be helpful. For my part, I said, "Most distinguished Chancellor, I present to you these scholars that they may be admitted to the various degrees, and I bear witness that as far as all things which the statutes require, they are fit and suitable." Much more significantly, from the standpoint of the graduating class, the Chancellor then replied, "To the benefit of this province, this great country, and to the worldwide community of nations, I, by the authority vested in me and in the whole university, admit you to your various degrees, grant to you the rights, and ask of you the responsibilities of doing all those things which pertain to those degrees." And so as my first order of business, I am delighted to salute you, the graduating class of 2026 from Trinity College and the Faculty of Arts and Science. That's it, you're done. Warmest congratulations. But don't leave yet, we got a few things to do here. I'd also like to bid a warm welcome to everyone who's joined us here in historic Convocation Hall. Graduates, today the University of Toronto is formally recognizing your hard work, your accomplishments, your perseverance, and this milestone. Each of you as a member of the graduating class is joining an exceptional family of University of Toronto alumni. U of T has a global community of more than 720,000 alumni in 200 countries. They are the university's living legacy and our greatest ambassadors. U of T alumni serve in leadership roles in every corner of the globe and in every walk of life. They are prime ministers, justices, scholars, authors, community and business leaders, scientists, and professionals of every description. Their endeavors have shaped the world we live in and the way we understand that world. We have no doubt that the University of Toronto's high international standing can be attributed to generations of dedicated and very talented faculty and staff members. But we also understand that this reputation has been built by you, by our alumni, by the group that now includes each one of you. And so to the graduating class, let me say thank you. Thank you for the contributions you've made to the universities while you were a student. Thank you for what you will do in the future as members of Canada's largest and, I believe, most distinguished alumni community. And one more word of thanks is in order. I'm sure all of you as graduates share a deep sense of gratitude to the friends and the family members who have helped bring you to this special day. And so I'd like you to join me and the whole platform party in giving your family and friends a vigorous round of applause. And let me then continue with a simple request. One of the distinguishing features of our convocation here at the University of Toronto is that graduates come forward individually to be recognized. You will leave the stage using the ramp over there, exit out the door and around the hall. At that point, you will turn left and quietly re-enter the hall as your peers continue to be recognized. And in that spirit, I encourage you to think of the very last person who will cross the stage. Now, I believe it will be Wenbo Young. And could you please stand up? So as I say, it won't be over. It ain't over until Wenbo has gotten the degree. So everyone, remember your classmates, and please return to your seats. Thank you for your understanding and assistance, and once more, warmest congratulations. And it's now my privilege to introduce today's convocation speaker, the Honorable Catherine McKenna. Ms. McKenna is the founder and CEO of Climate and Nature Solutions, and a global leader in climate policy, having served as Canada's Minister of Environment and Climate Change and Minister of Infrastructure and Communities. She continues to shape international climate action as chair of the UN Secretary-General's high-level expert group on net zero commitments, and through advisory roles with global institutions, governments, and the private sector. A respected voice on sustainability and leadership, she is also an author, an academic, and an advocate for women's empowerment, recognized with honors including the Légion d'honneur and an honorary Doctor of Science from McMaster University. Please join me in welcoming Catherine McKenna to the podium.
Thank you, Chancellor Hall, Provost Terpstra, members of the Platform Party, family and friends of the graduates, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2026. Congratulations. Today is a huge achievement. You didn't just graduate from one of the best universities in the world, the University of Toronto, although that alone is extraordinary. You also came of age during a time of enormous uncertainty. You lived through COVID and the isolation it imposed. You navigated constant pressure from social media. You grew up with the reality of the climate crisis, economic uncertainty, and now the disruption and anxiety that comes with technology transforming how we work and live. Your generation has grown up feeling like the ground keeps shifting underneath you. And despite that, you kept going and you made it here today. That says something very important about your strength and your resilience. The staff and faculty on stage with me are proud of you. Those who are with you today are proud of you. And I am so proud of you. I hope you are proud of what you achieved. I remember sitting here in Convocation Hall, sometimes in classes at the very top at the back, but I was here for my own graduation in June 1994. Hard to believe, 32 years ago. It was boiling hot, the ceremony was very long, and to be completely honest with you, for the life of me, I cannot remember who the commencement speaker was. But I think I know why. Because like you, at that point in my life, I'd already spent many years being told how to live by my parents, teachers, coaches, guidance counselors, and so many random adults with an opinion. What to wear, how to behave, what to study, what job to get, what success should look like. Honestly, by graduation, I'd reached my lifetime quota of adults giving me advice. Which may explain why one of the first things I did after graduating was agree to go with a U of T swim team friend to Indonesia to make a documentary about Komodo dragons. And yes, their saliva can kill you. It was about as far away as I could possibly get from adults bossing me around. So I get it. You're here because with a degree in your hand, you finally have the freedom to get on with your life. As you do, I have only one piece of advice. I'm too Gen X to tell you how to map out your life, but I can give you this, a lesson I've learned, often the hard way. I want you to be brave. Now, when I say brave, I don't mean never feeling scared. I mean having the courage to do the right thing, to speak up, to stand up, and to act, especially when it's hard. Which means being brave when you're scared, when you face criticism, when you've hit a wall, when you feel uncertain. Now, it may be hard for some of you to believe, but in my 20s and early 30s, I was terrified of public speaking. Like shaky, sweaty, messy, scared. For years, I felt intimidated speaking up in classrooms, in meetings, and in public settings. I would sit there rehearsing what I wanted to say in my head, hoping desperately someone else would say it first. Eventually, I forced myself to speak up anyway, often as the last person in the room to ask a question or make a point, with my face red, my palms clammy, and my voice cracking. And what it taught me is that bravery comes before confidence sometimes. Nobody starts fearless. Confidence is built through discomfort and repetition. Another important lesson about bravery came when I was here in my early 30s and started the charity Canadian Lawyers Abroad with a friend. The organization focused on human rights and the rule of law in faraway countries like Timor-Leste, where I'd lived. But we had a blind spot. One day, former Chief Justice Antonio Lemaire, who advised us, said to me, "Why are you sending lawyers and law students overseas when you could be working with Indigenous peoples right here in Canada?" And thank you, John, for being here today. I knew he was right, but honestly, I was really scared because I knew my understanding of the issues facing Indigenous peoples was pretty weak. I worried about saying the wrong thing or looking dumb or looking insensitive. But bravery sometimes means being humble enough to listen and willing enough to change. We met with Indigenous leaders, we listened, we learned, and slowly we started to build partnerships with Indigenous organizations across the country. With the incredible help of Indigenous lawyers, judges, and law students, we launched Dare to Dream, a program to inspire Indigenous youth to pursue careers in law and justice. That experience taught me that leadership is not always about being right. Sometimes it's about admitting you have a lot to learn. Years later, in 2013, when Justin Trudeau became the leader of the Liberal Party, I decided that working outside of politics was no longer enough for me. I wanted to help create change from inside the system, but it wasn't easy. I felt like I needed permission to step up and run. And then when I did, people constantly told me how to run my campaign, including unbelievably cynical advice to not bother knocking on doors at student residences or in lower income neighborhoods because those people don't vote. I decided I'd work as hard as possible to win with the team I built, but I would do it my way. We knocked on every door, and not only did we win, we increased the voter turnout by 10% and had the highest turnout in the country. We won the right way. Of course, some of you will know that when I was Minister of Environment and Climate Change, I encountered a lot of sexism and hate. But I kept going, because I knew just how important it was to tackle the climate crisis, to protect nature, and to help build a clean economy that provided opportunities for everyone. But when you try to change big systems, those systems will push back, especially when they are tied to money and power. But I fought hard, including all the way to the Supreme Court, where the federal government's right to regulate carbon emissions was affirmed. Was it hard? Yeah. Hard things are hard. I actually have a pillow that my team made me that says that, because I said it to my political team every day. But was it worth doing? 100%. Even if the opposition and even some people in my own party might have disagreed. So what should you take from this? When you leave here today, you're going to face choices. Choices between comfort and purpose, between cynicism and hope, between silence and action. Be conscious of your choices and be brave. Lastly, I want to say something about being Canadian. We are incredibly fortunate to live in this amazing country. C'est un pays que je tiens tellement à cœur. We live in a democracy governed by the rule of law. We have a charter that protects rights and freedoms. We largely embrace our diversity. We have good public education, universal health care, and opportunities that I know many people around the world could only dream of. But none of that happened by accident. Being Canadian is not only about what we get, it's also about what we contribute. Our country isn't perfect, not by a long shot, but it is ours to build and make it better. Every generation has a responsibility to help build a country that is fairer, that's more inclusive, more compassionate, and more sustainable. That responsibility belongs to you. The world doesn't need people who are perfect, who always know the answer, or who never fail. The world needs people. It needs you to be brave. People willing to speak up, willing to listen, willing to care, willing to keep on going even when things are hard. Your generation will help decide what kind of country Canada becomes and what kind of world we leave behind. The future belongs to people brave enough to help build it. Congratulations, class of 2026. You will be awesome.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you the following candidates from Trinity College who are being admitted to the degree of Honours Bachelor of Arts. Blairta Ademai. Taichi Aikawa. Charlotte Hudson Anderson Ainsworth. Farasha Ali Mohammed. Shema Salem Akulali. Jocelyn Moore Ankenman. Chathini Bundaranayaka. Frederick J. Heo Balandres. Alexandra Rose Armstrong Bradley. Lynn Brandolini. Isabella Calderon. Agata Capomazzi. Rosalia Link Karamatsa. Jean Case. Christina Casasus. Ashley Yirin Cha. Catherine Louise Champion. Dia Chandana. Chloe Chung. Minsu Cho. Joseph Choi. Yu Jung Choi. Candice Sarah Siju. Ava Cleghorn. Hannah Kluro. Jacob Kolatosti. Matthew Theodore Komza. Justine Marie Caroza. Colin Couch. Caitlin D'Souza. Elias George Derry. Caitlin Lee Dewar. Nathaniel Jerome Dickey. Jazz John Rock Dyes. Jimena Fernanda Durantes Perez. Brianna Adriana Ebanks. Carly Elsich. Alice Rose Elmina Ferguson O'Brien. Helen Isata French. Hamad Gadit. Portia Garnons Williams. Hannah Sophia Gilbert Sandoval. Sarai Helis Candela. Ivan Grandov. Maria Grinovich. Arlo Gibreed. Alexandra Gisela Marie Hagyard. Ahmed Hawamde. Lisa Liana Hay. Ainsley Heaton. Caroline Ho. Shulin Ho. Forrest Clement Hyatt. Bronte Emma Ibbotson. Ada Insebelgil. Sia Isar. Ranveer Joshua Jadhav. Chana Danae James. Fiona Antoinette John. Arya Badal Kalarikal. Victoria Kenshula. Kaiza Yasmin Kazakamp. Eli Katz. Constantine James Killis. Emily Kim. MJ Kotikala. Panayotis Apostolos Koutsaris. Sarah Joanna Kapnicki. Beatrice Lafauci Belponer. Audrey Lai. Chioyu Lily Lai. Shuyu Shania Lam. Leora Justine Langeman. Shilin Lee. Wei Tung Ling. Ketchen Liu. Longxi Liu. Yingxin Liu. Veronica Lomitz. Maria Losinskaya. Jiayi Liu. Adelia Luba. Manjia Luo. Angus McKellar. Maya Victoria Maldonado. Vanshika Mathur. Edith Anna McIntosh. Kimberly McKnight. Kenya McLean. Samantha Gabriela Mello Centani. Kalem Moniz. Ishan Mukherjee. Madison Mueller. Aditya Mukherjee. Alexander Mueller Clem. Alonzo Munoz Sanchez. Sebastian Gabriel Muntiano. Matthias Wheeler Nass. Emma Nagata Clark. Birch B. Norman. Moira Catherine O'Donoghue. Abul Barat David Omar. Ariayo Adadiru Odelayu. Neela Andrea Luz Pal. Minha Park. Eleanor Yunun Park. Amanda Pasos de Oliveira. Rebecca Esther Pataki. Isabella Perdigon. Matthew Zoltan Vitalis Pindera. Magali Ode Pronovo Morgan. Ilya Pugachev. Chiara Puglielli. Humna Kesar. Han Chu. Rahim Ramtullah. Anissa Rampersad. Therese Angeline Cruz Reyes. Louise Rhodes. Maya Salman. Vivek Supru. Maria Sakur. Priyanshi Kartik Shah. Yashavi Sharma. Lauren Stephanie Julia Shatila. Ethan Shanan. Nicole Shi. Penelope Ciozos. Grace Nicole Gloria Smith. Charlotte Megumi Sonnenberg. Cassandra Isabel Stellato. Taylor Ann Stetka. Shunghan Amelia Soon. Nell Sykes. Elizabeth Margaret Sotak. Yeraz Christina Tatagian. Stephen Mathen Thigil. Martin Tiu. Eliana Daniela Elizabeth Tiritili. Dilber Topirik. Alyssa Kanji Ukani. Tara Leslie Vanderwall. Petrina Jessica Lee Van Ustadt. Sophia Claire Wall. Chenga Fiona Won. Ian Wan. Nina Simone Isabella Viba. Lila Blue Stevenson Williamson. Lucy Walchalk Brown. Yu Chu Xie. Isha Yadav. Christelle Yon. Boya Yu. Rudy Rotai Yuan. Amy Jiayu Zhang. Michael Boyan Zhang. Zhao Hen Zhang. Raisha Zhang. Candidates from Trinity College who are being admitted to the degree of Honors Bachelor of Science. Shafan bin Amir. Maria Jose Acosta. Arav Sri Urgawal. Kavya Urgawal. Ariana Aghaina. Volua Ajani. Ezine Isabel Arki. Faith Ayazi. Ari Nubar Ainajan. Veronique Ainajan. Natasha Rebecca Babcock. Alice Baker. Natalie Baldocchi. Ariant Bapna. Sofia Barboza Cruz. Anne-Marie Carolyn Bassi. Tamara Nicole Julianne Bent. Roy Bernstein. Aberil Bardadwaj. Emma Marie Bowman. Nicole Bianca Jazowski. Owen Andrew Bazinski. Charles Burt. Laiba Irfan Butt. Deanna Louise Cabioke. Kaylee Lynn Chan. Wang Hin Chan. Rebecca Yik Ming Chow. Danny Chen. Rick Chen. Sunny Chen. Sheila Chen. Athena Gai Yi Cheng. Valerie Hoi Ying Cheng. Elsa Yi Chung. Ashley Heewon Choi. Alyssa Kuljian. Ye-Yin Chung. Kylie Paige Cohen. Isabella Colalilo. Emily Crespo Calderon. Jushin Singh Dillon. Kai DiCarlantonio. Ariana Ding. Ann Shin Doi. Jacob Durst. Gura Effendia. Farida El Garib. Haliun Enbold. Megan Kwan George. Natalia Lisa George. Julia Gilly. Max Werner Yuri Godfrey. Sean Robert Grindle. Sophie Granesjo. Gravity Galia Guignard. Gabriella Guo. Yishuan Guo. Divya Gupta. Neha Gupta. Bilge Noor Guvan. Aryan Hakim. Jana Hamoud Ali. Florence Wing Young Ho. Sam Hogstein. Rick Huang. Roxanne Roshin Huang. Manaz Noor Fancy Hussein. Ava Ilievska. Julia Ingaro. Ezra Zolani Thompson Jacobs. Lucas Christopher Dirk Jacobs. Nishant Akash Jacobus. Masai James. Chi Yao Jiang. Dahe Zhang. Shakura Kabir. Tarushi Kalra. Manal Kamran. Joseph Avram Katz. Samarine Kaur. Adito Arman Khan. Arsal Khan. Ashley Nayan Kim. Hannah Yoo-jung Kim. Hong Zip Kim. Juha Stella Kim. Stella Soyun Kim. Maya Eileen Klatt Sotner. Alexander Kovalev. Reese Teresa Kurian. Vasilisa Vladislavovna Kuzmanova. Charmaine Lai. Chloe Marie Laxon. Gabriel Wan Bin Lee. Kathy Lee. Eugene Lee. Xiaofeng Li. Shijian Li. Runtong Liang. Bronwyn Lissaman. Brian Liu. Yuanyi Liu. Xiaodong Liu. Camila Louise. Jingzhao Ma. Jeffrey William McPhee. Ariana Jasmine Maharaj. Jana Mahmood. Yichen Mao. Alex Marianescu. Farhana Masood. Murad Mastruk. Charlie Silver McNeil. Nathan Mills. Eric Min. Eva Michelle Modelevsky. Anjali Mohile. Rudrich Monga. Sarah Monir. Nguyen Moon. Lynn Kate Moser. Iman Muhammad. Annalena Francis Malinimi. Madison Brooke Narcisco. Leia Yusuf Nuredsine. Alexandru Nadera. Emmeline Eva O'Kelly. Jason Ehezoje Okpere. Yagoda Isabella Oleksak. Jia Yi O. Elif Uzturk. Sujong Pak. Yudian Pan. Benjamin Antoine Delub Inier Bronskill Panay. Aaron Park. Juhi Park. Gabriel Pasquale. Ethan Baird Payne. Catherine Pelicano. Irina Peresunko. Avery Perry. Jamie Lynn Dunka Pingle. Alistair Charles Edward Platt. Timotheus Prajoji. Ronak Pramanik. Jaden Punia. Tassin Ahmad Rana. Prahlad Ranjit. Alexander Raychek. Georgia Clara Roberts. Shivangi Roy. Simone Pramit Rungani. Miriam Catherine Rush. Jana Sabra. Lara Sacker. Juliette Saleh. Amir Samadi. Ruel Sardan. Edward Sabal. Christina Savarino. Daniela Joy Sprocki. Isabella Santi Schick. Doris Jungman Shra. Eugene So. Ilaf Ali Shameh. Arabi Piranavi Shankar. Lue Shen. Shizu Shen. Ivy Shi. Cindy Shin. Aiden Sean. Anna Luisa Simones Dipava. Jasmine Sophia Simopoulos. Raghav Sinha. Maria Cristina Siufi. Simal Sipra. Victoria Gemma Rose Smart. Gianni Song. Sonia Spitzig. Yuhan Su. Hui Meng Sun. Jeffrey Jin Hyuk Sung. Dylan Gabriel Sai. Rabia Hussein Sayud. Qing Yang Tan. Celine Naz Tashman. Pratibha Thakur. Marianne Andrea Tiwa Kombu. Jefferson Filbert Chonardi. Katie Sang. Sophia Chloe Solakidis. Hamad Umar. William Fair. Gia Hathal Nitin Vandite. Dinkar Verma. Vivian Bin. Jeanette Bovan Vo. Xinyu Lucy Wang. Chen Feng Wen. Si King Wang. Clarisse Senna White. Vivian Yuna White. Jiwanarage Vishwanath Wimlasena. Jia Ni Wu. Christina Shi. Audrey Singh. Shuhan Singh. Heidi Shu. Lingshan Yang. Nikita Young. Shinjo Eddie Yao. Hoi Ching Olivia Yao. Salma Muhammad. Junming Yu. Emma Jade Zabel. Apostolos Zezos. Jai Zhang. Juliana Zhang. Li Jian Zhang. Razier Zhang. Zhang Xiao Xiao. Guo Wen Zhao. Mindy Zhao. Jingwen Zhu. Candidates from Trinity College who are being admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce. Rishima Ganguly. Sungmi Lim. Wenbua Yang.
On behalf of the University of Toronto, and by virtue of the authority vested in me, I hereby admit all of those candidates not here present to their degrees in absentia. One more time for those folks.
Well, we all have sore hands but very full hearts. And as we conclude Convocation, I wish to thank all of you for your participation and your patience. To the families and friends, and to those in the procession, let me say thank you. You have made this a more memorable event for every member of the graduating class. I'd also like to thank Chancellor Wes Hall for presiding over today's ceremony. And I wish to thank as well all the other colleagues and friends of the university who participated in this convocation. And I now invite the Chancellor to bring today's ceremony to a close.
As I bring this convocation ceremony to a close on this, your special day, I hope we'll see you often in the years to come, and I invite you to stay connected. We'll be very interested in your journey. And we know that you'll make an impact for the better in whatever path you choose. Concilium dimissum est.